Today, we take a journey to the breathtakingly beautiful British Columbia. If you haven't been there yet, you owe it to yourself to change that ASAP.
Oh!
Nice. That's what I'm talking about. The size of some of these fish in this little lake is insane.
This fish is over 20 pounds.
Double header of big, fat pike.
Look at how fat that thing is. A huge fish, folks.
The Fishin' Canada Show, brought to you in part by Northern BC Tourism and Destination British Columbia. Ram trucks, built to serve. Princecraft boats, dominate the waters. And Garmin, plot your paradise, reel 'em in.
Yes, we're in for some good fishing in Canada.
Today, we take a journey to the breathtakingly beautiful British Columbia. There's just no other way to describe it. If you haven't been there yet, you owe it to yourself to change that ASAP. If you have been here, then you know exactly what we're talking about. I'll bet you could simply run all of this trip's scenic B-roll footage for the next half hour and you'd stay with us until the very end. Thanks to these Rocky Mountains that we've got all this incredible fishing that you're going to see just a little piece of today.
You'd think that I always thought mountains was going to be trout, maybe bull trout, maybe something exotic like that. We're going to go up, we've got fish like walleye, we've got fish like northern pike, along with lake trout, grayling, and all the rest. So it's kind of freaky that these little pothole lakes, way over them mountains, way over there, they can drop into the plain, and you can fish for any kind of species you want. It's crazy, it's that good.
After all, we are the Fishin' Canada television show, and of course that means we need to add in some great fishing. And have we got you covered with that?
This place is like no other, and that's on a global level. Add in some amazing fishing and hello. On today's episode, we're back at the one and only Northern Rockies Lodge, aka NRL, for another adventurous fly-in fishing extravaganza.
And today, for the first time, I get to sample some of BC's northern pike action. Pete got his first shot at these nasty beasts on his last visit here with co-host Steve Niedzwiecki. And man, did they ever catch him. I've been green with envy ever since I watched that episode. Today's destination is Aeroplane Lake. It's a typical NRL exclusive fly-in destination. According to our good friend and owner of Northern Rockies Lodge, Urs, the lake's tiny, but the pike are gigantic. Just what I wanted to hear.
It's early June, and the ice has only been off this lake for a couple of weeks. So we're going to be dealing with post-spawn northern pike, my favorite. But in a couple of weeks, they're going to make the adjustment and move off the deep edge of this lake and start chowing down on some tasty lake trout. On that same crank?
And that little jerk bait. Hey, he's not a bad fish. Look at this, so cool looking when you see him on the top of on the sand. That fish, just to let you know, was just like a look at a little bit of a drop or a dark spot or something, man. So he wasn't right on the sand. Hello, young feller. That's not a bad fish. He's not huge, but he's just, like I say, it's a great starter fish.
Buddy, if it was anybody else handling that fish, I'd be a little more nervous right now. Not that I'm not, but I know you know what you're doing, man. Be careful.
Oh, God.
There you go.
Get away. Show you one more time.
That fish has got a cut underneath him. If you turn his belly towards the camera, wow.
Really, eh?
Look at it.
Oh, wow.
That fish has been in a battle just recently, too, eh?
I hope you heal up there, brother, sister. She's got a battle on her back, too. Woo!
Yeah, big scar. Holy mackerel. That's going to leave a mark, that.
Yeah. Here's a little tip for you. And I did this for a reason. I took that treble hook off the front. It helps for fishing, but the reason is because that treble hook always gets caught on the snap. But that's a suspending jerkbait. It's a Ozuri 3DB jerkbait 110 SP. SP means it suspends. It just sits there and stops. Move it and it stops. A lot of times that's what it takes to get a pike, so. hilarious. Are you kidding me?
That is gorgeous. Perfect. Give me 5 on that one.
Aeroplane Lake has northern pike and lake trout as the game fish species. And as Ange said, it's the pike we're after. The time of year is early June, and from the lodge's fishing reports, these northerns probably spawned around a week or two ago. That means they should still be shallow, exactly where we like to target pike.
According to Pete, aside from the scenery, fishing pike in BC is no different than any other part of Canada. They're big, they're aggressive, and they'll hit almost anything you throw at them. Yeah, baby, that's my kind of fishing.
Yachty, that's him, I bet ya. Double header.
That's the way you want to go.
That's the way you want to go. Oh yeah, that's a nice one. Let's see if we get a double of nice ones.
Oh
That'd be
my
awesome.
God. Now what do we do, Mr. Bowman? How big is yours, Pete?
Okay, I haven't even seen him yet.
Okay, mine is
No,
a good...
not as big as yours, but he's
Oh,
nice.
he's off. Mine's off. Okay, good. Good.
Mine's wasn't as big as yours,
No,
but he's
it
still
wasn't as
nice.
big. He's still nice,
He's still
but-
good though.
That's
Double
great.
header. Wow.
Double header of big, fat pike.
Look at how fat that thing is.
Oh, that is the best.
Man,
Now, if he was nice, he'd let go right there. No,
he did.
He did. Perfect. Give me 5 on that one. Yeah.
Oh God.
We got just enough time to make one more cast before we get too close to that shore. So let's do it again, buddy.
Another double.
Another double.
Double of 20-pounders. Our first spot was a long sandbar that was located between the shallows and the deep basin of the lake. It's a great transition area for pike that are on the move after the spawn.
Although our hopes were high for the sandbar, aside from old Scarbelly, there wasn't much happening. Our next move is to go shallower.
That's big. Oh boy, that's a big fish.
Oh, that's a tank. Oh, look at this
If it's
fish.
the same fish we saw, it's giant.
Oh my God. You know, you'd see one of these fish in a lifetime. To see 3 or 4 or 5 in one day is nuts. No? Nice.
The best thing you can do too, folks, when you're fighting these fish is take your time like Ange is doing, because you don't want to wear the fish out completely, but you want to make sure that the fish doesn't hurt itself. If they're real fresh and you bring them in the boat, they go crazy. They'll bang themselves in the boat, they'll tangle in the net. So you got to kind of play it, think about it, and when the fish settles down a little bit, then you attempt to land it.
That Missouri is hot, eh?
It's hot, buddy.
The fact that it's a suspending bait isn't really, you're not taking advantage to the fullest, because the weight of the hardware on the front of it is kind of pulling the bait down when you stop. It's not just letting it, because it's neutral buoyancy, it's not just letting it float. It's pointing the nose down, and then when you twitch it, it comes back up. And I think there's something in that, because we've tried all kinds of other baits here today, and let me tell you, none of them have worked. So, almost. Okay.
Clear, beautiful, I got that. You got him. Oh, fat fish, Ange. You kidding me?
That is gorgeous. He had a big fat head on him, eh? Okay, time to go home, baby. Oh man, that smacked like that had to be the biggest hit of the day for me. Whoa! He slid me. Woo! Actually, we're at the very far northern tip. This is where the Rockies kind of start, at the very top of the province. And I got to tell you something. If you don't think there's pike in BC, you got another thing coming, mister. Thank you. Okay, get us away from that shore, Captain.
You got her, kid. He's still there.
So you're eating a big pike. I love it.
No, he's not going to take it now.
That's the most activity we've seen all day. It's worth waiting around and trying some different things, eh?
Whether you travel to British Columbia on a vacation, visit a fishing, hunting, and sightseeing facility like Northern Rockies Lodge, or even on a business trip, you owe it to yourself to schedule some extra time and take in this magnificent corner of the world. With a combination of spectacular scenery in pretty much every direction, along with a wide array of wildlife species, this is one area of Canada that we can guarantee you'll return home with an amazing new portfolio of images and videos, as well as a boatload of unforgettable memories.
Hey folks, the Northern Rockies Lodge experience is pretty much impossible to beat. But if I were to nitpick a little bit, I'd try and eliminate some of the airtime or even a flight. Well, guess what? Ernst and the team have added a new plane to the mix. Now, you can fly from Vancouver directly to Fort Nelson, and then bingity bangity, you're at the lodge.
I got him, Edge. Oh my God. Look at, it's a big fish.
That's a big fish.
Oh
Nice.
my
That's
God.
what I'm talking about.
That's what pike fishing's all about right there, folks. Shallow water has two distinct advantages. Number one is you can see the cover that the fish live in, like weeds, rocks, wood, etc. And number two, you can literally see some of the fish swimming. That's a huge shallow water advantage.
So, we've established that there are lots of fish in the shallows after spawning. However, now we have to find the bigger fish.
20 feet away, probably about 40 feet away now. That was a good looking fish. There he is. You got him. You got him. That's him, I bet ya.
No, he's just a little wee guy.
It seems like all we can catch are smaller, aggressive hammer handles in this junky extreme shallows. So our next stage is to move slightly deeper.
So on my last trip to BC for pike, I was with Steve Nizwicki. We fished a lake called Fishing Lake. It was pretty awesome, but we got fish up to about 15, 17 pounds. This trip, however, with Ange and I, we got two fish over 20 pounds, and the two boats with us got fish even bigger. I got it. Oh my God.
He came back at you, eh?
The boat spooked him.
Yeah.
The boat spooked him, and then I threw out, and I made a kind of a bad cast even. I kind of threw it not where he was going exactly, and he turned, and I couldn't see him, and all of a sudden, boop.
Oh, that's a
Look
nice
at,
fish.
it's a big fish.
That's a big fish.
Oh my God.
Okay. Well, we're going to be here for a while.
He's-
Here he comes, here he
And
comes,
oh
here
my
he
God.
comes.
Oh
Nice.
my
That's
God.
what I'm talking about.
That's what pike fishing's all about right there, folks.
We don't have a net big enough for this fish, in case you haven't gathered that already. So we're going to try a little mano a mano with this pike. We're going to take our time. Not quite sure what we're up against, but we're going to try and do a nice, easy, gentle de-hooking.
On spinning gear too.
And it's on spinning. You got braid on there, though. I think you're going to be fine.
Great braid, 20-pound braid.
Yeah.
That was so cool. I did not expect to get that fish. The way he kind of spooked from the boat, but they're so far north, I guess they don't really care about boats too much right now.
Yeah.
She'll show herself to the boat, and then she's going to take right off. Oh my God, Ange, look at this fish.
That's a beautiful pike.
Oh my God.
Beautiful
T-boned it.
pike.
She's T-boned it.
Is it buried?
Oh. Well, it's T-bone buried kind of.
Yeah, it's
straight
kinda-
sideways, but it is what it is, I guess. There's the butt end of the bait right there. See that?
There it is, yeah.
She's got it
yeah.
right-
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Look at the scars on that fish, huh?
Yeah, big. It looks like a lamprey almost. Eh? It's
Yeah.
weird. I'm gonna let her play a bit more.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Oh, you are
Big,
something
beautiful
perfect.
animal, you.
Look at that.
Yeah, got it completely
T-bone.
crossways.
The one hook's not in it, so it's just the back.
Yeah,
that front hook is the only one in her. Watch this. Come on, give us a jump. Thank you very much. She listened
Right
to
on
me.
cue.
She listened to me.
I wonder if you could pull that bait sort of out a little bit.
If it's hooked, you
When
won't
he
be able to-
opens his mouth, I'm just wondering. See, it's caught on that mandible, right? On this
Right.
side. If you can back that out, it'll make things a whole lot easier. Oh, you got
there
it.
we
You
go.
got it. Perfect.
Much better.
Perfect.
Okay, dude, I'm gonna
Hand me the rod.
hand you the stick, and then we're gonna. Phase 2 of this craziness goes on.
Okay, but be careful, buddy. Hang on, let me just bring it over to you there. Okay. All right, try that.
Way and then towards me.
Yep.
Ooh, that's cold water.
Oh, no, we're not. Sorry about that.
You keep the rod up nice and high.
Yeah.
Dude, this is scary, this fish.
And then turn it this way.
Oh my God, you have no idea how big this fish is.
Oh, man. That thing is huge. Be careful, Petey. Oh, man. Okay.
This is, how many have we seen of this so far that we tried to get into?
3 or 4.
3 or 4, this size.
Yeah.
Folks, this is an incredible fishery. If there's a little lake like this has fish this size.
There you go. Drop it in water. I got it. Drop it.
Okay, here we go, folks. If I can get her in. Oh my God.
Nice, nice,
Huge
nice.
fish, folks. That was that for a British Columbia northern pike.
Look at the scar on this. I wonder if it didn't tangle up in your line, dude. Because that looks fresh. It might have been.
There's one on their back too.
Oh yeah,
There's
no,
one on
these
this
are
back.
just-
There's 3 on their back.
Yeah, these are spawning problems.
Spawning
here.
fish. They're just done 2 weeks ago, probably.
Yeah, they're just
Going back.
recovering. Yeah, go on in. Nice job, brother. Nice job.
Thank you, and thanks for the fish. Thank you, girl, for being so nice to us.
Bye.
That's by far my biggest BC pike, and that is incredible because, like we said, we've seen 3 or 4 of them like that at least, and there's other boats here today that have got as big or bigger than that. So let me quickly show you again, because this bait, I mean, this is designed for bass, right, Ange? This is a suspending jerk bait, yeah. But most of the guys in the U.S. are using these suspending 110 size jerk baits for bass. But it just shows you don't need the biggest baits to catch giant fish either. So this thing is deadly. It suspends. What I did there is I just pulled it and did a couple of shots. I saw the fish turn. I thought, no way. And then she just ate it. Amazing. 2 hooks. Love it. Today's hotspot is the shallow end of Aeroplane Lake, nestled in the Rocky Mountains of British Columbia. The waypoint on your screen will get you there. Although we initially checked out a few weed beds and sand points upon our arrival to the lake, we soon figured out that the big post-spawn pike were still in the shallows. By casting, retrieving, and pausing suspending jerkbaits, we were able to provoke violent strikes from these gigantic predators. Of course, throughout our full day of fishing, we did catch lots of smaller fish. However, we were ultimately rewarded with some giant northerns, making this BC pike trip a huge success. If you're looking for the ultimate and unique pike fishing adventures, make sure you include Aeroplane Lake in your Northern Rockies Lodge bucket list. For more hotspots like this one, check out fishingcanada.com.
There he is, Pete.
No, I just saw him, dude. He's 20. He's at least a 20 pounder. Holy crap, this thing is big. He's pulling the boat right now.
The size of some of these fish in this little lake is insane. Now, although Pete and I tied into a couple of beauties that pushed the 20-pound, 40-inch plus barrier, the 2 other boats on the lake for the day caught and released some incredible fish as well.
Typically when fishing shallow water for northern pike, there are 2 patterns that we use. We pretty much always start out by casting. We find an area that either looks good to us or is recommended to us by our guides and cover as much of that area as we possibly can.
If casting is not working and we need to locate fish, then trolling becomes a better option. Trolling allows anglers to cover a vast amount of water in a limited amount of time. If and when we find a specific area which produces something different, like a double header for instance, then after a couple of trolling passes, we'll go back and cast the area trying to clean up any remaining fish.
These 2 styles of fishing work extremely well when fish like pike are in the shallow to mid-depth ranges.
Oh, I'm feeling good about this. There he is, Pete.
No, I just saw him, dude. He's 20. He's at least a 20 pounder.
He turned
At least
for it.
a 20 pounder, at least.
Yeah.
Oh, fish. Holy crap, this thing is big.
He's bright though, huh?
He's silver.
That is fantastic.
This fish is over 20 pounds. It's not a 20 pounder, it's over 20 pounds. You better land this before that rainstorm comes in, brother. Look at that over there. He's pulling the boat right now.
Look at that. It looks like an alligator.
It does.
I'm gonna hand you the rod.
How's your drag set? Is she loose enough?
Yeah, it's nice and loose.
Okay. Can you see that right there? These fish are big and strong. Ooh.
Oh, there she goes.
There she goes.
Nice.
Popped right out. Oh, look at this. Take a look at this. You got her by the tail. How long is this going to last? Let's count it down. 10, 9. Beautiful. What a great release, buddy.
Look at that.
Tend to turn her sideways to us. So let's see. Yeah, like that right there.
Oh,
What a
look at that red tail ace from the spawn.
What a
Still bright red. I tell you, she is spent. No kidding, she's
Wonder what
spent.
we got on her. She's perfect.
Yeah, she's in good shape compared to the other ones. Okay, baby, I want to thank you very, very much for letting us do that. You were so cooperative. That's unbelievable for a northern. What a well-mannered animal you are. See you later. Woo! Man, oh man.
Ooh.
There's no other way to do that. We don't have a big enough net, obviously. And with fish like that, if you can avoid netting them, you really should. Because once they get in that hoop, they just go crazy. They get tangled up, the bait gets tangled up, all of their protective slime coat gets all rubbed off. But the more people learn how to deal with these animals and let them go at the boat without too much stress and handling, the better off they're going to be.
To get to today's fantastic pike fishing adventure, Angelo and I flew from Toronto to Vancouver. From there, we took a private and direct flight on a beautiful King Air to Fort Nelson. Northern Rockies Lodge is now offering this direct flight from Vancouver, allowing guests more time fishing and less time traveling. From Fort Nelson, the remainder of the trip was a drive along the scenic Alaskan Highway to milepost 462 at Northern Rockies Lodge on the shores of Muncho Lake. From there, it was a beautiful flight to Aeroplane Lake. NRL offers flying and fishing, aerial sightseeing tours, wildlife tours, mountain hiking, and the list goes on and on.
The Fishin' Canada Show, brought to you in part by Yozuri Fishing Lures, fish the best. Mercury Outboards, go boldly. And Outdoor Canada, Canada's only national fishing and hunting magazine.
Closed captioning for this episode is brought to you by FishingCanada.com, the gateway to your next fishing adventure.